I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Hey y'all, hey, how is everyone doing today on this lovely, beautiful day? So I am using Feeling Lucky by Not Polish, of course, and y'all already know about that Valentino. Do not play with me. Sorry y'all if I'm smacking, I'm eating a sucker. And I'm smacking again. And y'all know this might pick up everything. Threw the sucker away because ain't nobody got time to be crunching into that thing. My teeth ain't the same like they used to be. Like, they still good and strong and everything, but I'm not gonna be biting into that sucker and having candy stuck all in my teeth and stuff. Like, no. Let me tell y'all what happened to me the other day while y'all watched this application. It would have been real bad. I'm telling y'all, it would have been real bad. Luckily, I was in the house cooking, and I was like literally in the midst of either going outside and handling some business or burning my food up. Like, literally. Y'all, food costs too much to be letting it burn up. Like, I really, like, my adrenaline was on 10. So it was a reason I was cooking. And it's a reason why food was so high, because baby, I was not allowed to let my food burn up. Now, if it was back in the day when I was on food stamps, honey, that food could have burnt the hell up and I would have went out there and drug a bitch. So, okay, this is what happened. So my husband comes home, right? And I see him out there, and he's like parked at the end of the driveway, and he's just like sitting there. So I'm thinking maybe he stopped and got out and was pulling the trash up or something, because I think the trash had just ran that morning. So I was like, maybe he's getting the trash can and bringing it back up, or maybe he's like checking the mail or something like that. So I ain't think nothing about it, right? Plus, I'm in the middle of cooking. Like, the food is almost ready, so I can't leave the food. Like, my mind is focused on the food. Then all of a sudden my husband comes in the door and he's like, babe, who is that outside? And I'm like, who? And he was like, she need to move her car. She won't move her car. And I was like, who is it? Then my husband goes back downstairs and is going back outside because his car is still parked at the end of the driveway. So whoever is in the driveway is still in the driveway. So I ran to my son's room. Y'all know that's the first thing I do. Like, if it's somebody out there, I usually ask my son first, like my baby boy, because he is like a social butterfly and he knows everybody in the entire city. Plus, they DoorDash all the time. So I'm thinking maybe he orders some food. Maybe it's a DoorDasher. So I'm telling him, I'm like, who's outside? And he's looking at his phone. He was like, I don't know. I'm like, somebody's outside. It's a girl outside. And he's checking his phone. He was like, I don't know. And then by that time, I look out the window and I see what kind of car it is. And I told him, I was like, it's a white Lexus out here. And he was like, oh, hell. So when I looked out the window, y'all, the girl can't drive. She backing up. My son already parks his car in front of the house. So she's backing up. My husband is still at the end of the drive. So he's backing up. And he's trying to back up to let her out. I'm thinking she gonna back her ass out and pull the fuck off. No. She's backing up, trying to back up in front of my son's car, and she can't drive. And it looks like she's about to hit his car, and then, which is basically pushing my husband out more into the street, because y'all know we live on the first house on the road. I'm getting pissed off, y'all. Like, my heart is beating so fast. I'm getting pissed off because I didn't tell y'all. When he came in the house, he told me, he was like, she just sitting on the hood of her car and she act like she got an attitude. And my husband is super nice, y'all. This is how I went to jail the last time. I'm like, why does this shit keep happening? Like, I'm not going to jail today. I'm not doing it. So he's like, I asked her, cause she moving. She's all twisting her head and stuff, talking about, okay, And he said she was just sitting out there, y'all, in the driveway on the hood of her car. This bitch is crazy. And that's what he kept saying. He was like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. Y'all, I'm literally running to my bedroom, like, cause I had my pajamas on. I'm in the house chilling. You know, I'm listening to music. I'm chilling out. I'm cooking. I'm vibing out. I'm literally seeing all this, running to my bedroom, like trying to throw on some clothes and pulling my hair back, running back in the kitchen, checking my food, running back in the bedroom, trying to put on some tennis shoes, running back in the kitchen, checking my food, running back in my bedroom, putting my hair up in a ponytail because I'm about to go outside and drag this hoe, okay? I'm literally about to go outside and drag this whore. I'm finally ready and I'm about to go outside. My husband comes in the house and he was like, that bitch is crazy. Like, she is crazy. She just out there sitting on the hood of her car, just out there in the driveway, like she live here or something. It really just pissed me off because she was so disrespectful. Like, he's telling me that she's getting an attitude, she getting smart and stuff like that. She's so disrespectful. Like, I wanted to go out there, right? I'm still in the middle of cooking. I'm telling my husband to watch the food, and he don't want to watch the food, y'all, because he don't know how to cook. Like, literally, he don't know how to cook anything. So I'm like, I really can't depend on him to watch the food, you know, while I go outside, because ain't no telling how long I'm gonna be out here. And he didn't want to watch the food anyway. Y'all, this just happened so quick. Like, it just all this happened so quick. Then all of a sudden, I'm looking outside and I'm watching everything, y'all. So I'm still watching the food, and then I'm looking out the window because I'm watching my son and this girl, because I'm like, if something pop off, like if this girl touched my son, oh, y'all already know I was running. I don't look, fuck the food could have burned. Like, all right, y'all, let me take a pause on the story. We're gonna get back to the story in just a minute. I need to explain to y'all what I'm talking about in this video. So I'm basically showing you guys how to do the U-shape on the free edge of the nails. You're gonna need a cone bit like this. And okay, so I do explain this like live when I get, see, because I was explaining it at first, but the daggum dust collector is so loud, I ended up explaining it while I was sitting there after I finished. So guys, just watch this part and then I'm going to explain it after I finish, like not in a voiceover, like live. So just watch this part. I love this dust collector, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't even record filing anymore because it's not satisfying. Like, you can't see any dust at all. This dust collector basically sucks the dust down as soon as it flies off the nail. Like, you can't hardly see any dust. Like, this dust collector is a good dust collector. I don't get dust everywhere like I used to. Like, dust goes straight down into the dust collector. So that's why I don't usually file on, like, show the filing process on camera, because it's just not satisfying. Like, when I see filing, like, I like to see the dust. I like to see, like, the filing, if y'all know what I mean. Like, I like to see the dust fly off the nail. You can't see that with this dust collector. Like, that's how good this dust collector is. So anyway, I'm like saying, you know, get sturdy. Like, make sure your hand is sturdy. Use your pinky. Make sure your hand is nice and sturdy. Make sure you have a good grip. And I don't think I told y'all how fast I was going on the drill, but I think I do like maybe like a 13. You don't want to go too slow, because if you go too slow, then it's gonna grab, or it's gonna, like, you know, like it's gonna grit. It's gonna like pull on it. So you want to go fast enough, but you don't want to go too fast, because then if you hit that edge of the nail, it's just going to take the whole nail down. It's that simple. It's that simple. See how simple that was? You just hold it lightly. All you do, you want to get something like this. If you have a thin free edge, make sure you get your balance with your pinky. You're gonna hold the nail tight and then just lightly hold it at the tip right there. If it starts to grab, go under the nail like that, and then back up on the nail, and you're done. Clean it up like that, and you're done. Now, what I was saying with the thumb, since it's wider on the free edge, you're gonna take the butt of the bit, okay, hold it tight, and then you want to take the butt of the bit and just lightly hold it right there. You're not pressing hard or anything. You're not even really pressing. You're just gonna hold it, and then go up under it. And then once you get that initial U right there, then you could take the end of the bit and then just hold it up like this, and then just tap it on these edges just to widen it and get that perfect U right there. So the trick is hold it up like this, hold it up like this, hold it like that, just let it sit there, and then go under it, and then take the tip of this and then go up again, and then tap it under. That's it. I know that Sandra and Marcy was asking how to do the U shape at the end of the nails, and Jen was also having problems too. That's how you do it, you guys. It's not hard at all. If you want it to be deeper, then you're just gonna hold it there longer until it goes further back, and then you're gonna go under it again, clean it off, and then just tap it at the edges. So I didn't want these to go too far back. I have done it to where it's like really far back, but I didn't want these too far back. For the set that I'm doing, I didn't want these super far back. So this is all the filing I'm gonna do. Thank you, Jen, for that bit that I just used, y'all, to actually file these. This is a finishing bit, and it feels like I've already buffed. When I use this, I don't even have to buff, y'all. I do not even have to buff at all. It has the nails feeling nice and buffed. So now I'm going to go clean her off, and then we're going to get on to the design. Okay, y'all, I hope that made sense. I know my fan was going and everything, but before I get back to the story, let me just say I did so much better stamping this time, y'all. I had to clear everything off my desk. Just make sure you have enough room when you're stamping. Like, you just need to have enough space to, because you're doing a lot, you're putting on, and then you have to go fast with it, before the polish dries, and then you got to stamp it, and you got to put it on the nail, and then y'all, it's just a lot. So like, this stamping experience was a lot better. Like, my stamper was coming up clean, so I didn't really have to clean it as much, and it was just a lot. It was a better experience overall. Okay, back to the story. So I'm looking outside. My son goes outside. He opens her passenger door because she had backed up to his car, and she was on the driver's side. He opens this is what I'm seeing when I'm looking outside. He opens her passenger door. She gets out her car. She goes over to his car and starts waving her hands all up in the air and twisting her neck. And I'm like, y'all already know what I'm thinking. Like, if she busts his windows, if she does anything stupid, like, y'all already know. So when I seen her get out her car and go over to my son's car and start waving her hands in the air, y'all, my adrenaline was going so fast. I was so pissed off. I was already mad at how disrespectful she was to my husband. When I seen her do that, I ran in the kitchen, turned the food off, and I was taking my ass outside. As soon as I was about to walk outside, because I gotta walk down some steps first, y'all. As soon as I was about to walk down my first flight of steps to go outside, my son comes in the house. I'm like, who was that? Where's she at? And he was like, she's gone. My son gonna go back in his room, honey, and act like ain't nothing just happened when I just been losing my mind frantically for the past 20 minutes. So I go in his room and I'm like, who is that? Who was that? And he's saying he didn't know who it was. Y'all know, I know that's a damn lie. This girl ain't came over here acting like this for no damn reason. And you telling me you don't know who the girl is? So now I'm calming down because now I feel like he done did something to this girl. So I go in there and talk to my husband, and I'm asking my husband, what happened? Like, give me details step by step on what this girl said. What happened? So he was like, when I pulled up, she was just in the driveway sitting on the hood of her car. He's like, she sees me trying to get into the garage and she's just sitting there. And he said, I had to get, y'all, I'm talking about this liner, but I don't think I really have time to talk about it and finish the story. So he was like, you know, I'm thinking she's gonna move her car because she sees me trying to get into the driveway, into the garage. So he said I had to actually get out the car and ask her to move, and she had a whole attitude. He was like, she was sitting on the hood of her car looking all pitiful and sad and stuff. But he was like, when I told her to move her car, it was like she had an attitude about it, but she, you know, went ahead and started moving it. So I'm just like, okay. So I go back in there in my son's room and I said, stop fucking bullshitting with me. I said, because I said, first of all, how old was girl? How old is she? He said 19. I was like, okay, good. That means she could have got dragged. Stop playing with me. Like, who is the girl? What's her name? He was like, her name is Kayla. And I was like, okay, what she want? What she want? I said, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to play both sides or whatever, you know. I'm like, I ain't saying my husband's name, but I was saying, you know, my husband said she was out there looking all sad and stuff, like you done broke up with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just adding some stuff, so I'm trying to get some information out of him. And he was like, man, I ain't never messed with that girl. Then he started talking about his cousin. And he was like, you need to talk to my cousin because my cousin is the one that tried to hook me up with her. And I ain't want to talk to her. And she acting all crazy coming over here. That's my cousin's fault. Woody, woody, woo. That's my cousin's fault. I said, the next time I see your cousin, you need to tell your cousin I'm going to beat his ass. I be playing with him all the time, y'all. But I told him, I said, you need to call your cousin right now. And you need to tell him that he need to tell her that she need to keep her ass away from here. Because I was literally about to bring her in the house and she wanted to be in my driveway and she didn't want to move. I was going to bring her ass in this house. Y'all, like, I knew this day was going to come. When you have boys, you know, really, really handsome boys, you got to really teach them, you know, about dealing with crazy females. And like I told him, you know, you don't want to be dealing with no crazy female because this is like something that you might have to deal with if you're dealing with a crazy female, especially if you have kids by a crazy female. Like, you're gonna have to deal with that for the rest of your life. And then I was telling him about the movie Friday because that's just like what came to mind.
F1. Boy,
and that's how I would be, honey, because I done learned my lesson. I'm not going back to jail. I'm gonna be like, that's no problem. Oh, girl outside again.
Y'all standing there just looking at shit. Do something. Hugging and shit.
He
just
told
standing
me.
there.
I was like, what did you say to her? Because, like, she left quick as hell, y'all. She left quick as hell. My son a G. I taught him well. Because I was like, what did you say to her? And he was like, I told her she needs to leave. And then he was like, and I was like, what'd she say? And he was like, well, we ain't gonna be together. Like, I don't know. I guess she was sad because she thought they was gonna be together or something like that. And he said that he cut her off and said, you need to leave. Like, he just told her, you need to leave now. And then she just got in her car and left, y'all. And I hope that's what happened. Because I told him, you need to call your cousin and you need to tell your cousin to tell her she don't know who she messing with. She don't know me like that. This is not your house. This is my house. And if I catch her back over here, she gonna catch these hands. Like, literally. Because she is of age. And I don't promote violence, but because my husband was like, no, don't put your hands on her, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'll probably just go out there and talk to her, see what's wrong, you know, get her side of the story and see, you know, like, did my son do something to her? But like my baby boy, y'all, he don't lie to me. I'm telling y'all, he don't lie to me. He always tell me the truth about everything. So like in my mind, or I'm saying like with my mouth, like, yeah, I'll probably just talk to her, you know, and see what's going on. But like, you know, in the midst of when the stuff start popping off, I already know I'm just gonna be ready to fight. Like, I was raised around violence. Like, violence was always the first answer. Like, that's all I ever seen. Like, so even though I know better now, when the shit pops off, like when we in the middle of the situation, violence is always the first answer. Always. Now, the only way it's not the first answer is if I was to go out there and the girl all of a sudden got real scared, because I'm the adult in the situation. You supposed to be scared of me. If I seen she could talk to me like a woman and she was real respectful, then I would calm down and we could talk. But if I went out there and she was popping off at the mouth at me in my own yard on my own property, I already know a nerve would have hit, honey. And she had those real long braids in her hair too. I already know a nerve would have hit. Listen, I would have grabbed those braids so damn quick and had her on the ground in 0.25 seconds. Because, little girl, who the hell are you talking to?
Bro, I just got the newest iPhone, the iPhone 13. You're like Internet Explorer. The iPhone 14's the newest one, and I have it. What? I literally just got back from the grand release of the iPhone 13 at the Apple Store. Like, I just got back. I don't know what to tell you, man, but the iPhone 15 is dope. But you just said you had the iPhone 14. Yeah, as we were talking, the 15 came out, and I just ordered it. What is up, gentlemen? Guess who just got the iPhone 20? That's tight, man. I heard you can teleport on that. What, did they skip like 5 versions? What is happening? Literally, as we were talking, they came out with all those versions. Dude, this guy's bragging about an iPhone 13.